Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lina and I usually upload home related videos, or as more recently I've started uploading like crafty videos, painting videos, and today I'm gonna be painting this old mirror. I'm gonna paint some wisterias using just basic acrylic paint, and we'll see how this turns out. Starting off with some branches. The easiest way would be just to find a picture on the internet of the plant or flower you want to paint and use it as a reference. I have a painting that I painted a couple of years back which is very similar, so I just used that painting as a reference because I really loved it, and I won't be able to sell the one I painted the first time around because I really love it, but I wanted to paint one purely so I could take it to a crafts fair and see if people like my work. I lack a bit of confidence, so it's really nice to get yourself out there and just see what people have to say to encourage you to do more, try harder, and just keep improving your skills without thinking that, oh, it's not gonna work, I'm a failure. You know, all those self-doubts that you have. You always have to start somewhere and just keep practicing until you get better. Next up we got this one right here. Let's get into that video. Hello everyone! Today I decided to do some arts and crafts because I have a day off and I have some of this old clay leftover from an old project that I thought I could use maybe on a painting. So I'm just gonna not follow any drawings or anything, just make little walls that aren't even gonna be walls, just gonna keep on building something. Who knows what at this point? I really don't know. I'm just gonna play around with it until I like it. It's also very slow drying. It's air drying, but the last time I used it, it didn't dry for like a whole week. So I'm gonna try and pop it into the oven and see if that speeds it up, because I would really like it to dry today and then I'll just carry on with the painting, because I've just been looking forward to making something crafty for quite a while now, and it's gotten to a point where I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, what do I want to do? What do I want to make? I don't know anymore. Therefore, whatever this is going to be is going to be very random. Just to get me started. Otherwise, you never start. Just keep thinking, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay if you don't know what you're doing, because you can just start doing random things and it will be abstract, so we'll see. Just got some plastic little tools to help me. I had some nicer ones, metal ones somewhere, but I can't find it, so we're just gonna work with what we have at the moment. Like I said, just a random shape. And we're gonna make a few of these. I'll try and make them so they kind of go in a circle, like a volcano. That's what I'm thinking about, like some kind of stone, like, I don't know, something. It's just like a base for the thick paint to go on, because at the moment there's not much texture on it, and I can get as messy as I want because I know I will cover it with paint. Please don't judge, I really don't know how to use clay. This was just like one of those, oh, I need a new hobby, and then I try it once and then it just sits in the cupboard, so I thought I must use it for something. So that's what we're doing today, trying to use up this open packet of clay for something. Fingers crossed it will look good. It doesn't look like much, it's just a wiggle. I made a couple of wiggles. I think I need a few more, maybe another big one. I got a dishwasher on, I got a washing machine on. Just trying to relax, just trying to relax. What is this? What is this mess? Wow, what can we make out of this? Maybe a little plate-like structure. I'm really stressed out today. I thought this will be very relaxing. A nice morning. But I don't feel relaxed. Clay, you must relax me, please. Help me, Clay. Help me. As random as it gets. You don't need another no kiln. Just bring your creativity to the table. This clay is perfect for all kinds of projects. Bloody bloody blah. Dries in 24 hours depending on thickness. Can be sanded, drill, painted, varnished once dry. Well, I'm gonna put it in the oven, so I don't want to wait 24 hours. I want it now. Clay is now nice and dry and cool as well. I think it took around 3 hours on a very low setting in the oven. I wish I did this the first time I used it, because like I said, it took ages for it to dry, and in the oven it just dried so much quicker. And I'm gonna use some hot glue to stick those parts down, because I don't think acrylic paint would hold them down in place, especially because I am planning to pour resin inside whatever that is. Like, I want to make sure that it doesn't fall out once the painting is on the wall, because once everything is on it, it's gonna be really heavy. I think it's gonna be really heavy anyway, from the plaster and the resin and clay. Going all the way around from the outside and then from the inside. Here's a close-up of what it looks like. Obviously the glue will get covered with plaster of Paris. Like, I really need to make sure that it sticks good to the canvas, because I really don't want it to fall out. I'm going to be using different shades of blue and green, just so it's easier for me to paint it afterwards, because it's going to be quite difficult to get into all the little tiny gaps with a paintbrush. So I prefer to mix up some paint into the plaster of Paris, just to make life easier for myself once it's at a stage where it's dry and I can paint it. I mean, if you do this and you mix the paint into the plaster, perhaps you don't want to paint it and you're happy with what it looks like. It's just that you have to keep on working with the one color that you have mixed, and you can't just put it down and mix another color, because this stuff, it dries pretty quickly. You have to mix in quite a lot of paint and PVA glue to make it wet for longer. In some cases I mixed too much, and before I finished placing it all down, it was already getting dry and hard to model. Just adding some gold leaf that's going to be under the resin, just for some nice shine. And before I placed it down, I obviously used some adhesive. I found adhesive on Amazon. It's just a type of glue that you have to wait for it to dry, but even when it dried, it's still sticky. So you basically put it on, it looks like normal PVA glue, but then you leave it for however many minutes it says on a bottle, and when you come back to it, it's like clear, you can't really see it, but if you touch it, it's like really tacky, which is what holds the gild paper. I think it's gilded paper, this gold stuff. And then there's another one that you're supposed to put on top so that it's scratch proof, because if I was to scratch it now, it would simply come off, because it's just a little bit of that tackiness holding it in place. Whereas if you then add a clear coat on top of something that dries clear, then it'll keep it protected. But I'm not going to be using the protective coat, because I'll just go in with resin. So this is what it looks like with clear resin, and then this is after I've added some alcohol ink. So I think I've added a bit of green in the first layer, and then the second layer I added a bit of yellow and orange just for some interest. Plus I didn't really want to see the bottom whatever, those lines in there. See, you can see those sort of lines going in. I didn't want to be able to see them anymore, so I mixed more colors, more like powdery glitters, and also I have a metallic gold ink as well. I'm going to mix some resin. I've added some powder, like it has this green shimmery effect. I'm hoping that it won't be as clear and will hide like the lines that you can still see where I put the gold leaf. And now I'm adding some alcohol ink. I have a few different colors, but I'm mainly using green, yellow and orange, as well as some gold. And here is the final result. I hope you enjoyed watching me paint it, and hopefully it will inspire you to try something similar for yourself. As it is abstract, you can just get carried away with it without any worries that something might go wrong. I feel like it's a really fun way to spend your day. It was really fun for me, especially with the powders and the little shimmers that they add, and those little glass shards, I don't know what you call them, like putting them in, making them in a line. You can just be really creative with this, and I did not expect it to look the way it does, because like I said, there was no plan whatsoever. I just went with it, and this is where it got me. You know, when you look at it and you're just, is it too much? Is it too many colors? Did I go a bit too far with it? I don't know. I must say it was quite hard to work with resin because there's so many layers and it's all very uneven. It just keeps flowing into like certain areas. Like here, I really wouldn't want it to be here. I want it to have a puddle just in here, but it just doesn't work that way. Unless I was to do one area at a time and like try and balance it. Seems like a lot of effort just to do one puddle because you have to wait for it to dry before you can continue on with the next one. This particular one I did 2 layers, so it already was with resin, but I didn't like that you could see through it. So now it has 2 layers. You can still see the bottom, but it's not as bad as it was before, if that makes sense. Like on this one, you can definitely see the bottom. Like, is this area too bright? I really like what this looks like, but then it looks a little bit plain and a little bit bright. Like I like that side of it, but I think this side still needs some work. I think it's just a case of putting it on the wall and living with it for a while to see what it looks like during the day. I'm trying to book a fair, like a crafts fair, where I can go and see if people are gonna like this, if they're gonna give me any critiques, to see what I could improve. So far I've got the black one, this one, and the pink one that will be ready to go, and obviously the wisteria that you just saw. I think I'll probably make some more wisterias because I really like that type of on the mirror flower, and there's something about wisteria that I really like. It's probably one of my favorite trees, bushes, wines, whatever it is. I don't know. Not a gardener.